watching Let's Chat.
We are still in the dreaded tax season, so we're going to talk a little bit about taxes today, but not in the present as far as talking about taxes when we retire. So here to help us sift through that mess is Mr. Garry Thurman with Guardian Investments. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. How are you?
Great to see you again.
Good to see you again.
All right, so we are talking about taxes, proper time, right?
Yep, tax season is upon us, yes.
But we're talking about our tax situation in retirement.
We are.
Until we talked about this today, I didn't even think about, oh, I still have taxes after I retire.
There you go. Yeah, and I tell you what, most retirees do, because what most people have done is they've, overfunded their 401ks, their 403bs, any type IRAs out there. So what people want to understand is that when you're doing that, you're making a deal with Uncle Sam. I'm not going to pay you now. I'm going to pay you later. And later is when they need the money the most. So when you go into retirement, the paychecks kind of go away. So we really need that money. So if all of your money for retirement is in taxable accounts, it's causing a big issue. Across the country right now, a lot of people are really finding it hard to get enough income because they're paying so much taxes on that money.
Well, and last time we talked about making sure that we have enough income to cover expenses. So, I mean, this is almost an expense if you would consider it.
It is an expense. It's a huge expense. I mean, and right now, if we look at our current tax situation, honestly, taxes are on sale. Some new administration came through, so our taxes are in a better place. But, I feel personally, and I think I just got back from some training, and most everybody feels that our taxes are going to increase in the future.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at our history, I mean, all the way back in 1943, if you were somebody lucky enough to be making over $200,000, your taxes were over 90%.
Oh, wow.
So even in the 70s, if you were someone making over $200,000, your taxes were over 70%. So the fact that we're at a 37% max tax rate right now, taxes are on sale, so we really feel it's a great time for folks to maybe make some adjustments to their retirement accounts and maybe not have everything in those taxable buckets. And we have some avenues we can help you with that.
So you do think taxes are going to increase in the future?
I do.
What kind of options do we have? Without going into too much detail,
right.
I know we do have options. Kind of what are those?
There's two quick. One, the most popular is a Roth IRA. I love them. I own them. I think they're great. The only issues with Roth IRAs are how they're placed, how they're managed. You got to be careful with that because we talked about this last week, fees. You got to be careful on those. And another thing, if you're making too much money, you can't even do a Roth IRA. So if you're a single person making over $122,000 a year, you cannot do a Roth.
Okay.
If you're married, filing jointly, you're making over $193,000 a year together, you can't do a Roth IRA. So our other option is a product that we love. It's called an IUL. That stands Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. I know, life insurance, right? It's really, really neat how you can invest into an IUL, and the monies that you pull out in the future in retirement are going to be 100% tax-free.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really neat concept for young folks. So let's say somebody's just starting out retirement planning and they can only do a couple $100s a month. An IUL is perfect. But for our older generation, it might be time, while taxes are on sale, to consider taking some of that IRA money and moving it over to tax-free status. And we have the avenues to do that. And here's a great thing. The IULs do not have a max income limit.
Okay.
So for some of your folks out there that are making a great income, an IUL is really their only option.
Sounds like a good option, yeah.
It's an amazing option. You're protected with a death benefit. Another thing that we love about the programs is they have what we call living benefits. So it's actually insurance you can use while you're still living.
Okay.
So you don't have to die to take advantage of this program, but the death benefit is there. So, God forbid something bad did happen, a tragic accident, your family's taken care of with a tax-free, death benefit.
And you're going to help us navigate through all of these options.
We are.
And figure out what's best. And you brought a book with you today.
I did.
Tell us about that and how we can
Yeah,
get a
so
copy.
David McKnight is a friend of mine, and I was actually in a training with him just last week in Dallas, Texas, and he has a great book. It's called The Power of Zero. So what The Power of Zero is it's showing you how to get to that 0% tax bracket. So it's a really genius book, and what I would like to do is offer anyone that comes in and has a conversation with us, absolutely free.
Yeah, again, free, no obligation
That's
conversation.
right. It's absolutely free. I'd like to offer them this book. They can take it home. They can read it. It'll give them a really good understanding of some of the things we're talking about in a very short period of time this morning. We can go through the book with them, make sure they understand how it works, and see if we can get them onto that tax-free journey into retirement.
All right. Well, like I said at the start, I did not even think about taxes in
Right.
retirement. So I'm glad you got me thinking already.
That's it.
And I know if you at home have any more questions or you want Gary and his partners to help you navigate this scary subject.
It is a scary subject,
You can
yes.
give him a call, set up that absolutely free, no obligation appointment. And the phone number is on your screen. Of course, you can always visit online. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Thank
We'll
you so
talk to
much.
you again soon.
Thanks.